On the arrest a general, Pillar 3 that talks about the rule of law, he just emphasizes the content on yesterday at the March term of court at the Supreme Court. He re-emphasized this, that justice should be dispensed without favor, without delay. So I believe that he will act speedily and show that it's done. Latest is now National Labor Court will come down with a ruling and that latest needs to do the needful. So we will continue to move from one platform to another platform,
seeking
voicing
justice.
our concern so that we can get the justice that we need for the work that was done. And now, what was surprising is, those guys are latest, the data work for the country. I can assure you that the kind of a time sacrifice put in for the work, the latest using today, giving this government informed decision to take some action. All those things came from the job that
we must.
So without going in the field of quality the data at that time that latest is used, then trust me, my brother, was library had not conducted the census. It was to do that the process was completed. So why would people do a piece of and you cannot the promise
remunerations in any way given to you apart from what any compensation apart from the scratch cards and gas slaves that were given to you to go on the field and do the job? Were you getting anything? Say for example, somebody owes you 5 months and they give you 2. So is there
to be able to discuss and detail this issue? But you see, again, we've come here to also stakeholders. This is okay.
Absolutely.
We are here in studio. This is us today, but tomorrow, is this the Liberia we all imagine? Let's just maybe disrespecting the court, but I don't want to believe that they're going to disrespect the president.
How many are you in total?
61.
61 persons?
Can you imagine? On February 17th,
61 persons did the whole mapping for
no.
Okay, the entire country were 200 men that mapped the entire country.
Okay, so all 200 people have not been paid?
No. The 200 people
right
go through with your work, but the system
Okay. Thank you so much. So 200 men were being contracted or hired
in total.
Yes. Yes, and the 200 men were divided into teams, and then depending on the size of area that you were given to demarcate, that's how they did the assignment with the number of persons to over. Everybody left the field. This number in question, 61, we were more than 61. We were 100 plus grief mappers. So the guys decided to use that strategy that they will infiltrate the system, our system, and the grief mappers. So
To reduce the number.
to reduce the number. So like Matthias, I'm calling from Leches. My man, we have so many surveys that are coming up.
Disclaimer forms.
So come and sign a disclaimer. Then when we have another project, we put it on that project.
Oh wow.
So in an attempt to reduce the number.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they've been working uncovered as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was the means that those guys use to have reduced the number. But then side of leisure strategy to some of our colleagues was some of the guys who that if you sign disclaimer will never hire for the census. So it's a double loss to the guys. So we stood our ground and said that despite our colleagues are going to sign disclaimer, but we are not going to sign disclaimer because there's no
So by
insurance.
disclaimer, they waive everything.
They waive
They waive
everything on
everything.
grounds that will be contracted in future activities with Legends.
But that's 10 years from now.
I mean, it's up to them. My thing is, Matthias,
Mhm.
let me just jog a point. On February 17th, this fateful day, when we all gathered at Legends on grounds that
This
our-
year?
this year,
Mhm.
just
Last
last
month.
month,
Right.
on grounds that our lawyer with the lawyer of Legends, with the officials of Legends, they will now go at the court, Supreme Court, to be able to finalize this matter. Now,
Right.
pay the people because we have some documents from finance ministry. They're talking about in the tune of 15 million Liberian dollars, at least some kind of 20 to 25% of our money that should be paid up front. We were all geared up that week, ready. At least now, Legends now is saying something. At least we're about to get something at least up front. When we got to our surprise, when we got at the Supreme Court, when we went upstairs, our lawyer, full flow, our lawyer and their lawyer went upstairs, and this Solicitor General of the country interfere in the
Council of
matter.
Fire.
Council of Fire interfere in the
Fire.
matter. Now,
How
I
did you
just don't
interfere?
know. You were never the prime lawyer of Legends from the beginning, from the onset of the story, right? Now you come now at the peak of the story. You picked up the matter. You asking for the appeal from the court. Now you step in the matter, and what happened at the office there? We all came downstairs, and our lawyer told us that we should wait that Legends will run the president, and the president will be able to inform finance ministry, and that the process blah 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 blah. So we said, now, but this is unfair. So 12 men at the Supreme Court raised up our hands in claiming our justice, in claiming our rights. Just raise up our hands,
Calling attention.
call attention. We stood before Gavon Carr and said, but Gavon, you just come down and see this letter. You wrote, you've made some commitment to the court that yes, indeed, you are indebted to these people and you will pay these people. This is a letter. I have it here in hard copy and soft copy. Honorable Gavon, Director of Legends. You wrote, so my thing was now just come down and talk to your fellow Liberians.
But
So
according to you, the Solicitor General has already stepped in, so he has little leverage now. Then coming back to
that is an abuse of office.
That was the worst
This
leverage.
is the judiciary. You are part of the executive. Why are you interfering in judiciary matters?
So this thing is bigger than you guys think.
No,
Because
but God, you see, God first, because I speak as my profession as a pastor. God first, and we all know that God is going to use instruments to work out this. For me, I believe that corruption has to be dealt with in this country. There's a high level of corruption. We were incarcerated. When we stood before God first come and said, "Come and see this letter you wrote." Right away, the Solicitor General took a phone and call. Other people took a phone and call. And before we knew it, PSU came. And I said to my men, being a pastor, everybody lift up their hands. We say, well, enough. This is no violence. We didn't scratch a car here. We didn't knock a car. We didn't bust wishes. We didn't attack anybody. Just lift up your
I
hands.
mean, you're being humiliated for your own
Can you imagine
benefit,
someone we lift
for
up
a
our
service
hands?
you render to the country.
Matthias, we lift up our hands. 12 men lift up their hands, and they couldn't cuff us because they saw how civil we were. So they just asked us to walk to the station. We walked to the station. Matthias, can you imagine? We walked to the station. We stayed in that place and were detained. We slept in prison that night. And Mariah, one of the directors from Legends, Mariah, she's a lady. She was part of the a group upstairs that came down that very time upstairs and came, When we came downstairs and we had to now approach their cars and say, now, you guys come down from your cars and see this document you wrote. Mariah, right after we were placed, we were brought to the police station, we saw her. Like about 25 minutes. We saw her following us. Oh, you follow us, you are mother. You follow us to tell them to detain us and to allow us to sleep in jail for what?
And what's up?
For what? We slept in jail. 12 men left their homes in the morning.
And never returned to their children.
Never returned to their children. Slept in that place. The next morning, they had to, I don't know what, they had to release us that morning.
On what grounds?
That is why our Lord said, on what grounds? You need to see the clerk report. On what grounds did you release us?
But on what grounds were you jailed?
This is the thing. So in this country, is it the Liberia we want? People cry for their money, but work hard, then you take them, you incarcerate them.
Well, what remedy do you guys, are you guys thinking about? Before I go to the lines and hear from the public, let's hear what the public thinks about it. Are you planning, some kind of save-all, gathering?
You see,
a protest,
this is what happens when you push people to the wall, Matthias. As civil as we are, you can't just, push us to the wall continuously. And this is what happened to men. When you do this in the society, this is why erupt problems. And we don't want to do we have a limit?
What is the amount, Pastor? Come on, just a moment. Joseph, what is the amount that we're talking about that Liz Chase owe these 61 men? You're talking $513,912. Is that $513,912?
Yes. That's the code.
$500,000.
So that's $500,000. And what you're a contractor supervisor, you said?
Sure.
How much were you paid? Were you paid daily or you were paid monthly? Monthly. Okay, that's your personal business, to talk about your salary on the radio, but you're paid monthly, and all 61 person, let's just owe you $500,000, and there has been commitment coming from relevant government institutions like the finance ministry, the current legislative director. But at the end, when you go to this place thinking that the matter is coming to a resolution, it takes a different trend. Seeing the involvement of other people that should be seeking your interest, but they're not doing so. Let me just inform you, members of the public, I'm coming, Joseph, that you're listening to the program Sky Morning Live on Sky 107.1. We are here Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 9 o'clock. Today is the 11th day of March 2025. My name is Matthias Labindi. I'm here with my colleague Mark Abaya. We're having a conversation with former contractors, mappers, assistant supervisors, and so on, former employees of Liz Chase that have worked. And we talk about Liz Chase. Maybe some of you who are, out there, now you can log on to Google and ask for Liberia's population, current population. When you get maybe 5 million plus and thing, that number did not just come like that. It came as a result of people stepping into the communities and asking the hard questions, going through tedious job. If you've ever done a research paper, if you've conducted research, even contributed just a page to any research document, you will know what it means to conduct research. Not at all you going on a few gathering raw data and coming to turn it into an instrument that is now being used by Liz Chase as a foundation for future census or surveys. Joseph, let me hear you briefly before we hear from the listeners. You have 500,000 plots, $500,000. You are 61 people. You have done so far. This is the most organized group of people that I've seen in a long period of time. That someone owes you $500,000, and you are still going through all the diplomatic processes. You've gone to jail. You've come out. You're not giving up. You keep fighting back and forth. What is this thing that you rely your energy on so much so that you remain safer?
Okay, Matthias, thank you so much. So before I speak to the question you asked, let me just buttress what my colleague Mark said, the grounds of the Supreme Court. The day that we were on the grounds of the Supreme Court, when the leeches bosses came, they provoked us. Now you are indebted to somebody.
You laughing.
Then you coming down, looking at the group and laughing, throwing jabs at the people. Then the lady in question, Mariah, looking at us and referring to us as the worst mappers that she has ever seen. When she said that,
what does she mean by that?
She can better interpret that, but from my understanding, when she referred to us as the worst mapper, Then I said that yes, indeed, we are the worst mapper because we did not hold us in the street to go and start to pull up roadblocks or start knocking on things. We are the worst mapper because we give you one of the best information that you can use as an instrument that can transform the country.
But it is not just you, the 61 person that did
Yeah.
the job.
We-
You people were about 200 plus.
We-
maybe according to the report you provided, you
Mhm.
people did not provide the relevant data that they needed. That's why maybe they refer to you as the worst
No.
mappers.
Then they will
We
use
were
it.
referred to as worst mapper because they ate our money and thought we were sat freely without doing anything. But what surprised them was when we took the side of the law and decided to follow everything to the letter, we became the worst mapper because we did not sit
you
with
stand
our
for
hands folded.
justice.
Yes.
Sure, definitely.
So it took them by surprise. They could not believe because all along they were saying that nothing will come from all of that thing. That whole thing you're doing, that vla. You see, so we decided to teach leches or little sense. Now, trust me, all of these things that we are going through, it is also helping leches that the kind of mistakes that they made with us, they will not do with future contractors that will be hired. There's a serious moral and lesson learned from what they are going through with us. They will not
But
appreciate
then
us
why
now,
can't they
but
just
will
release?
appreciate us later.
Why can't they just release your money? You know, if they're learning as you claim.
Matthias, there are individuals who just believe that certain group of people, are not entitled to certain amount of money. And this is wickedness. We all Liberians, you understand? Certain people in that system just believe that these people shouldn't be paid. And for me, like you asked the question, what hope do we have, or what are we using, or what is prompting our energy? Like I was saying, God, and we believe that the president, sometimes probably he is listening. Stakeholders are listening to interfere in this matter because this is what you happen when you have civil unrest in the country. We don't want to come to this. Must we come to this stage, Matthias?
So what's the way forward?
We ask the public. We ask the governor of Liberia to mandate legislators to pay us money.
Let's hear from you, folks. I mean, this is a very sad situation involving parents. Most of the time, when you let's hear you. Call us on those numbers: 0777 777 107, 0777 777 107, 0777 221 223. Are the numbers you can call us on to participate on the program this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Matthias.
Good morning, sir.
Let me say good morning to your studio guests.
Good morning.
Thank you, Matthias. This is the voice of Momo 40, and I call you from Dole Community Samanima Village.
Welcome, Mama.
Matthias, let me tell the CM brother, the institute, thank you for their advocacy. I think there is a professional way to do that, but some government, they don't love people to take the refugee. You saw what
Mama, that your government here now. And now your government.
I agree there is my government, but I think my government has to do the refugee like they said. The president is a listening president, and I think Mr. Brother will listen to it definitely to take serious action. Some guy when they appoint in a position, they abuse that position. This is what the latest director is doing. You don't insult people and give them you insulted them in the face. That look at the serious issue against the state. You saw what happened yesterday. Definitely the people insulted the police. At the end of the day, the police were affected. So I think you guys to do the reference thing, and I think the president will listen to you and you will receive your money. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Fode. He's optimistic about that. Let's hear you now. Call us on those numbers: 0777 777 107, 0777 221 223 are the numbers you can call us on to participate on the program this morning. Call us. Let's have a conversation. This could be you. You could serve government institution in subsequent time, and then you may be going through the very situation that these people are going through. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Let's hear you.
Okay, you're speaking to Mr. Jacob Tabayi Henry from the Corwell Bell.
Let's hear you, Jacob.
Okay, you see, what is happening these days in our country, it is very bad. These are things that can bleed civil unrest. You see, 1990 war that did not take no time and it enters the capital city. That named Charles Taylor as the fastest rebel leader in the war. These are the things that can happen. So I am calling on our leader, our president. let him be able to take action. You don't treat people like this. Every time we go to church, they say, oh, you must pray for the nation, oh, you must pray for the nation, oh, they pray for the country, oh. When the money comes, when the people are broke, when they send the money when they come, let the money be used for an internal purpose. They should not be placed into one person's pocket. The people who going from place to place in the villages are just sociologists as my major. So I understand what this guy went through.
Mm.
You see, so I'm asking the guys in studio that your radio station should not be the only radio station they must go to. They should go from radio station to radio station. That action be taken.
All right.
Thank you for the time.
Thanks for your contribution, my brother. Let's move on to another person. The numbers are 077777107, 07777221223 are the numbers you can call us on to participate on the program this morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Let's hear you.
Oh, I'm Charles Johnson from somewhere around Kingsville.
Let's hear you from somewhere around Pinsville.
Yeah, okay. Also a victim of alleged malhandling of us. Disregarding the whole essence of the rule of law in our country. I wonder whether this country is a country of law or a country of men. And I would say religion is a country of men. Because to have even made a promissory note by the acting, the current director for January 2025. They said that you are thinking that January 2025 was never going to come. And up to now, you have not made a dime, a nickel. So you want us to jump in the street like what we tried not to have done what we did when we stood in front of the car. They were laughing or telling us that the whole thing is of black. And we stood in front of the car, the arrested or incarcerated us. Is that what they want us to be doing in this country? We are saying no. So the way forward you keep asking our colleagues is let legislation pay us. We don't want to go beyond bounds.
Okay. Thanks for your contribution. Let's move on to another person. Good morning.
Good morning, Mataro.
Let's hear you.
Good morning, you know, Mataro, this thing I think is going to be is sure beyond appearance. Not appearance. Not the country. Tomorrow work for you. You get a family. And you refuse to pay them. But you feel comfortable. But you and your own family, they eat dead chicken. You feel comfortable. But your children go to school and other poor children are going to school. No, Mataro, not only look at that children are there. All I run with a blow with one another. Not blow with one another. We wicked. That makes it over there. If you come on the salary and they put work for another day, they taking it. And then say, see, they cannot do the talking. It's talking to the people. Where are we going? Your country. And we say we are people of Christian moral principle. Okay? Where Christianity will preach in the country. When our God is not a bad God. Okay? But we take our bad practice wrong. That's about it by the strike to eat. You know what I'm saying? You go work for the money, you don't want to give it to them. And go to a jail where you stay where you hit them. The hourly people will go there. And that man hit us. Let's see what will happen.
Okay.
That man who they just been the quarter of the place. Mataro, we work for the place for them to pay a high. But the people come and do a job, they feel good. But after the while it's done, to get a little thing to do, you find it difficult, all kind of things to say about you. Somebody will say it's cheap for them all. That's so they get caught out with them. They don't want to pay your money.
Okay.
Thank you, man, Mataro.
Thanks for your contribution on the program this morning. I don't know why Slight didn't come in the studio, but let's hear him from this line. Hello.
Good morning, Matthias.
Good morning, Alexander Slight.
Yeah, man. Sincere apology, but I'm not too well, man. I think my colleagues are aware.
Right.
So I was not able to make up.
So sorry about
But
that.
like the guys in the studio are saying, I think what is happening is an open disrespect to the rule of law. Because a court cannot come down with a ruling, and the court is being barred from implementing its ruling. So what is happening? I mean, the guys are deliberately intending not to pay us. On the day before our colleagues were incarcerated, we had an arrangement with those guys. In fact, they lied to us publicly. They lied to us that they had a certain amount with how you call it, CBO. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so they lied to us. They brought documentation that they had a certain amount of money with CBO, and then they only needed consent from the Ministry of Finance and CBO to have access to that money, and they would have given us an initial payment, and then with the last time for them to adjust. Only for us to find out that the documents were in the time were far back dated. They were lying on that day that they were waiting on CBO, whereas CBO has already given them consider to have that money available to them weeks back. So what is going on for us? We think initially this is a safer way we can handle things, but in all fairness, this does not change. Obviously, the tactic has to be changed. And you ask my colleague one question as to whether certain people were not paid because they did not provide quality data, and that is not true. Everybody provided quality data. It was an intention by stakeholders at the latest then to have so the person. In fact, they were paid, and then you go back and give a certain portion to them.
Yeah, recontracting.
I mean something like a setup. They use portion only going to get a certain amount back to them. So I told you the other time that we even lost 3 of our colleagues in the process. Yeah, 3 of our colleagues were passed off because of some high risks they took somewhere along the line, and now we are speaking nobody. Apparently, nobody is saying anything. To the other more, it's just like escalate. Then you see people jump over, and for us,
Okay.
we will definitely read out maybe in the rest of the time.
All right. Thank you so much. Is Mr. Slight, Alexander Slight is one of the contractors. There's this communication I must read. All right. I will take a few more calls before we call it a day. This is from the Office of the Director General, Listis. His Honor George Joseph M. Colley, Presiding Judge, National Labor Court, date October 3, 2024. Subject: commitment to settle outstanding salaries of mapping assistants for the 2022 census geographic mapping exercise. Your Honor, I bring you respectful greetings from the Liberia Institute of Statistics and Geoinformation Services, LISGIS, and write to inform you of our full commitment to addressing the lawful claims of mapping assistants who participated in the 2022 census geographic mapping exercise and have not yet been paid their salaries. We acknowledge the urgency and importance of this matter and are working closely with the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning to resolve the outstanding payments. In this regard, I assure Your Honor that LISGIS will collaborate with the ministry to ensure that all mapping assistants with legitimate claims receive their payments at the end of January 2025. Please be assured of LISGIS' commitment to upholding the rights of all workers. Please accept, Your Honor, the assurances of my highest esteem as we strive to improve quality statistics for informed decision-making in Liberia. 3 key takeaways. First of all, addressing the lawful claims of mapping assistance. So the claims are lawful, according to the communication.
Sure.
Number 2 is concern about upholding the rights of all workers.
Yes.
But yet the very legislature has not respected a labor code. If you are, interested in respecting or upholding the laws of all workers, the labor code should be respected. Another point here is that to ensure that all mapping assistants with legitimate claims. This is a little loophole where some of you now will have to justify why you deserve this money. 61 of you will appear to LISGIS subsequent if there is a time for you. And this communication was signed by Mr. Richard Fatoma Ngafwan, Director General, LISGIS. This is sad. Let's squeeze in a few more persons and call it a day. The numbers are 077777107, 07772212223 are the numbers you can call us on to participate on the program this morning. This is Sky Morning Live on Sky 107.1. Good morning. Please walk away from your monitor. Good morning. Hello. All right. Call us on those numbers 0777 107 0777 221 223 are the numbers you can call us on to participate on the program. Good morning. Yeah, good morning, sir. Let's hear you. Hello. Hello. All right. Let's start by concluding, because I think this is a very serious situation. I don't think we should wait until this thing resort into a protest action that maybe there will be, infringement of the rights of other people. Let's talk to this person. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you, Mathias? Good morning. How is it?
Fine, thank you. Welcome.
Okay, yeah, this is just my contribution to this show.
What's your?
Where this is Momo Dollars calling from Matadi.
Go ahead from Matadi.
Okay, yeah, I've been expressing such a thing like this. I've been expecting it happened to us that be over there too. We went over there for 9 years. The people came to say we should sit down. At the end, the people said there's no fault for us. Yeah.
They said there's no what?
It's all the government doing. Yeah.
So the thing is it's just a common thing in Liberia. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, most of them they happy doing this city government. But when you directly out there, the court to Kamara, he did that. At the end of the day, when the people the government king the process, there is no benefit for contractors.
Okay, thank you for your contribution on the program. Let's squeeze in the last person. Good morning. Good morning. Let's hear from this last person on this segment of the program. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Let's hear you.
Good morning, Matthias.
Good morning.
Okay, my name is Sifos Kuya. I come from Sinko 16 Street.
Let's hear you, sir.
One of my nephews is involved with that. I mean, he's among the boys who have not been paid. And I have always asked him, not to take by any demonstration whatsoever. But he can do that peacefully. I don't understand the change that we all strive for. To be frank, I voted for this government, but I don't know. I don't want to be political here, but they have to be serious. Let them pay the boys. Thank you so much, dear brother.
All right, thanks so kindly. Let's begin with you, Joseph. How would you like to close?
Okay, thank you so much. So briefly, there was something I wanted to mention, but let me just chip in.
Mm-hmm.
So on the 17th of February, before we were detained, they told us to give our belonging because there are certain things that you cannot possess to enter the cell. So we gave all of our belonging. On the 18th, when we were released, they tried to give back all of our things. My wedding ring was taken from me. But
you didn't have to give a wedding ring.
They took everything, my brother.
I mean, that is not one of the.
They took everything. So when I asked that, and they locked everything, they even did a snap of my ring.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came out that morning, I asked, I said, but where is my ring? They tried looking, they could not find it. So those in charge, one R7, one Francis and Joseph, they said one of our colleague who was on shift is not here, but we'll contact him in a period of 2 days and we'll get back to you. After 2 days, they did not get follow up with them via a voice call, SMS. There was no response. Then I went at the station, Central, but I did not get any feedback. So on the 25th of February, I did an official communication to the Polish RG, Honorable Gregory Cuomo, following a formal complaint of my wedding ring. So I also want to highlight this.
But this is serious.
Instructed item, my wedding ring up to now. Those who are in charge cannot even call me. I always have to make follow up, and they are dodging. So I informed the Polish RG2.
Has he responded?
Not yet. So from here, I also want to pass to Central to do a follow up because I have a return copy of the indication that was sent to his office. Wow. So I also want to register this. So for my parting comment, I want to say thank you for affording all your platform to come and share our story. The way forward is for leeches to pay our money.
Absolutely.
The way forward is for leeches to pay our money. And Mr. President, We believe in you and we believe in your leadership. This is why we are on the side of the law as law-abiding citizens to engage. Leches is not above the rule of law. Pillar 3 of the arrest agenda is about the rule of law. Mr. President, we know that you believe in the rule of law. Kindly talk to Leches to do the needful as soon as possible.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Kamara.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Thank you so much for allowing us your platform to express our grievances. In the quest to advocate for this money, we just like to say to the president of our country, step in the matter as soon as possible, sir. This is not a command. We're not commanding your office, but we are just asking you, appealing to your good office to push Elijah's hands in paying our money. Elijah is not above the law, and we've gone through the due process. And the management of Elijah's has made a lot of commitments. You read the commitment openly, and they have just refused. So to the public, this is where we are as Liberians, and is this the Liberia we all hope for? So we want our money.
I don't think so. Thank you so much. And that's all the time we have for today's edition of the program. You know, there's this famous thing I always like to say to my friends. If you do not know where you come from, and you may not know where you stand and where you are headed, as a nation, we should be able to remind ourselves of the very things, the very actions we took yesterday that led us into 14 years of civil war. Dissatisfaction, corruption, 13 persons were shot on the pole down PHP Beach, and we still remember that. So these little acts, these acts that may seem little, are acts that may affect people in a very long way. Pastor Kamara clearly, smartly mentioned it, that every family man, if you must look at him as a person, no, you'll be wrong. When you see a man, make sure you consider it as 10 equal 1. That is a 1 equal 10. So if you say this man is a family man, you should know that maybe he's thinking about 10 persons. So if you deny 61 person that benefits, you have denied, multiply that 61 by 10. You know exactly what you're talking about. But until then, we're not going to be here. Tomorrow is holiday. Julia is going to be here on Thursday and Friday to bring you another edition of the program, Sky Morning Live. My name is Matthias Labindi. I've been here with my colleague, Mark Bayo. Have yourselves a wonderful day.